Hello ICS 2.0 folks. This is going to be a short video that helps you figure out how to fill out the self-evaluation forms for our programming assignments. This one I'm going to show you is our very first one, but we'll use this idea throughout the year to do a self-evaluation and a peer evaluation. We'll also be marking each other's programs before you hand it in for big marks to Restall for marking. So what we've done is we have downloaded the self-evaluation form, and it's a Smart Notebook file, so it's open. And the first thing we're going to do right away is resave this as ProgramSelfCheck 1 because it's the first one, but when it's your second one, you'll make it that 2 or 3 or whatever. You could put a date on that, but we're going to change that file right away. So as soon as we start typing or circling stuff, that we won't write over the same file. Okay, so the idea here is we're going to choose one of our programs that we're proud of, that we think we did a good job of, and we're going to fill out this form for our own program. So what I do is I look, and I've chosen the warm-up day 5, and this is the things that I was asked to do for my program. And I have to see, well, does it have 2 sprites with different costumes, a background operated, this thing, and this is my work. And so if I go through my list of things here, what do I see? I see, well, I've got my 2 sprites. There's my 2 sprites. I got a basketball and a drum. I've forgotten my background though, so I've missed that. I've missed that idea. So that's one thing that either I could fix, or I'd have to just lose marks for that because I've forgotten to do that. Operators, pick random. Have I used a random number? Well, let's have a look in my code. Let's look at the scripts. There's a random number. Yep, so I've used a random number. I did that. Sensing. I know I've been used sensing all over the place. If it's touching the edge, if it's touching the other one, yeah, okay, I've used that. And switch to costume. So if I use the switch costume, yep, switch to costume, I've done that. So that's all dandy. Let's look at the thing. So I'm going to fill this in. You can either use writing or typing. I'm going to change the color so you can see what I'm talking about. Course is ICS 2.0. 2.0. The unit is Scratch, or Unit 1 Scratch. I put that in there. The date is whatever today is, around, I think it's around day, I think it's day 11 or something like that, but you can put whatever the date is, September, whatever, whenever it is that you're watching this. The programmer, it's your name. Your name. In the program that I wrote, this was warm-up day 5. So that's what I'm going to put in there, warm-up day 5. And then I went through the criteria, remember, and I was looking at things. Look at the stated criteria. How many criteria did you include? Most of them, right? I missed the background. And I could fix that up so I could circle all, but that's up to you, whether you're okay just losing the marks or whether you want to go back and fix this. So I'm going to put background. And I'm just self-evaluating this. Correctness and efficiency. When you reflect on using your program, does it execute in the way that you intend? So when I run it, basically my idea was I was going to have this ball bounce off the walls and make a sound when it hits the drum, make a sound when it hits the wall, and it does what I wanted to, sort of. You see how it kind of got caught on the drum there? It wasn't quite what I wanted, but I didn't know how to fix it, and I didn't want to spend too much time on this program. So I'm going to, on my self-evaluation, I'm going to say most of the time. Reflection on my own code is I wish the ball didn't get stuck on the drum. But, you know, if you're pretty happy about it, then you just say, I'm pretty proud of this program, or I wish I could add some more sounds, or whatever you'd like. This is just a reflection on your own code. And then what you do is you switch with a classmate, and the classmate goes and sees your program and looks at the list. Now, this doesn't have to be awesome, right? It just has to fit the criteria of the program. It just has to do these things. And your classmate plays with your program, goofs around with it, looks at your code, and then they fill out on your form, they fill out this. And you would sit at their computer and fill out this on there. So they would fill in their name. The programmer is you, so this would say rest all, program is warm up day 5, and then they just fill this out. And it says look at the stated criteria of the program, and it doesn't have to be awesome. Does it do what it's asked? And right now, without it fixed, I'd have to say most, right? Because it didn't do the background. I'd have to include a background. The documentation and readability, sufficient use of comments, indenting, white space, we don't have to worry about that very much, but this idea is, was it easy to follow code? Well, the code itself is this here. This is the code, the blocks, and was it easy to follow? Well, and that's up to you. Just be honest. Just be honest with your classmates. Interface and appearance, you circle whatever, whichever one you want, and then down here there's what you really liked and what you think can be improved. Okay, so they fill out yours, you fill out theirs, and then you come back to your program, and what you're going to do is you're going to save this, save it again, and I'm going to ask you to do one more thing. I'm going to ask you then to export this as a PDF. You export this as a PDF, and then this form, this will be completed by your classmate, remember. You just press save, and then call this whatever, your name, rest all self-check, 1. And then it's that file, that PDF, that I'm going to get you to hand into Edmodo to prove that you've done this. Okay? You're not sure about this, make sure you ask. I'll probably go through it in class. All right? That's all I have to say about that. Have fun playing with your classmates' programs. I think it's a fun part of our course.